Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. Ace here. Now today I have a little bit of a different video for you. As you've seen over the past couple of days, we've been uploading some really good wins to the channel from myself and the 1471. So I thought today what I would do is I would show you the two main loadouts that I personally have been using to get the higher kill games that I seem to be getting, and also what the team are also using as well. Now, I don't claim to be one of the world's best players, and none of the other guys do as well. We are an average team, average players, but we do have some really good games, and that's basically down to the loadouts that we use that I want to show you here today. So the first one that I would like to show you is the other day I got a 15 kill Warzone victory with the 1471, and that was using the Growl and the Kar 98K. I found that the Growl and the Kar 98K was a lot easier to use when pushing teams, still having that long range aspect that I could pull off when it was coming to that mid to long range fight. Now, first of all, we would use the monolithic suppressor, of course, paired with the Archangel barrel. Now, I know that a lot of people do like using the Nexus as well for the iron sight, but it's all down to personal choice, and me personally, I prefer the iron sight on the Archangel. Also, we will go with the tac laser, quicker ADS, as you all know. 60 round mag, you need that extra ammunition, especially when fighting at longer ranges, so that you can keep the shots up against the enemy team. And finally, I go for the XRK Void 2. This is again better ADS and better sprint to fire speed. Now, I always find that we tend to, as a squad, run into these firefights and never really get that first shot off, which is crucial in a firefight. So getting that sprint to fire speed up is always better. So generally that's the Growl that I use. It really does work well in short, mid and long range, I found. And then we go over to the Kar 98K. Now the Kar 98K, it's probably the best sniper rifle in the game at the moment if you build it this way. So we have the monolithic suppressor with the Singard custom 27.6 inch barrel, getting that better damage range, better bullet velocity as well, and it helps with the recoil. Next, I'd have the tac laser, always have the tac laser on these weapons, on the sniper rifles especially, because you get that quicker ADS. And I find when using them on the scope, it's easier to track the enemy as well. Then we have the variable zoom. This is completely down to the user. I know a lot of people tend to just go straight away with the sniper scope, but me personally, I like the variable zoom, and I'll show you why in a second. Finally, I like to go with the Sport Comb F-Tac stock, again for that better ADS. Now, as you can see at the bottom, we've got a really good damage range and accuracy there, a little bit down with the mobility and control, but once you get used to the weapon, I don't really find it being an issue. Now, the one thing for me that I find with the Kar 98K is making sure that the reticle is clean for you. Me personally, I despise the default reticle. I can't stand it. And I always tend to go for something a little bit more clean, something that I feel that I can see that tac laser on, especially that for me is something really important. So that was the first loadout that we went for. Perks, we use EOD, Overkill and Amped, and then a Semtex and a heartbeat sensor that generally hasn't changed from the very start of Warzone, to be honest. The second that I found, you will see a lot of professional and more popular players using the AMAX assault rifle. I love this gun. Alec JM as well is a really big supporter of this gun. We start with the monolithic suppressor. We use the Zodiac barrel for, again, that better damage range, bullet velocity and recoil control. From the barrel, Commando foregrip, again, just helps with the recoil stabilization of this gun. A lot of assault rifles tend to either use the Commando or the Ranger foregrip. As you'll see in the stats, it adds that little bit of range and accuracy, but for the AMAX personally, the Commando foregrip works for me. 45 round mag, and finally the VLK 3 times. For me, I'm not really a fan of the iron sight on this weapon, and I feel like for longer ranges, the VLK is the best sight, the cleanest sight to use on this assault rifle. Then This one's a bit of a surprise. I've used this weapon quite a lot at the very start of Warzone, but then got really into more the marksman rifles. It is, of course, the AX50. Now, a lot of people aren't really a fan of this weapon. They prefer either the HDR or the Kar98K. But for me, I love using the AX50 because you get the damage range with the monolithic suppressor and the 32-inch factory barrel. It doesn't have as good a range as the HDR, but I feel like it's a more mobile and agile sniper rifle that has that kick that the HDR has. Tac laser again, wouldn't be without the tac laser on the sniper rifles. Now with this one, I would also use the Singard Arms Assassin stock for that better ADS, so that you're keeping that mobility high and keeping the range and control high at the same time. Then, entirely up to yourself which way you want to go about this. If you wanted to add the extra rounds in the mag, that's entirely up to you. I find with the sniper rifle though, 5 in the mag is more than enough to take down a team if you are clean and precise with your shots. Because you're really only going up against a team of 3 or 4, and if you're in a team of 3 or 4 yourself, you're only really going to be trying to take out 1 or 2 members of the opposition squad. So, I personally like using the stipple grip tape with the AX50 because you get that quicker ADS and that quicker sprint to fire, which again is really important when it comes to going up against any team. You want to make sure that you're getting that first shot off immediately. Now the reticle on this one, I wouldn't change. I'm personally a big fan of the reticle of the AX50. But for me, the AX50 is a little bit different in terms of the reticle and the scope. And I'll show you why right now. Okay, so here we are with the AX50 now. Now, if I aim down sight, you'll see we have a really clean reticle right in front of you now. But you can also see you have the scope in the middle of the screen, and either side you can still see the peripherals around you. And for me, when sniping, I always want to make sure that I can see where I'm aiming. You can see that tac laser tracking there as well, which I love to see. But you can also see on the left-hand side or the right-hand side of the scope, if there is an enemy there aiming at you or moving around, you can see that to the left or the right so that you can be able to catch that enemy when he thinks he's got you off guard. Now here we have the HDR. Obviously this is just a standard weapon. I haven't put any attachments on this one, but the main focus really is the ADS. So when we aim down sight, you'll see that we do have another clean reticle, but I have those blacked out areas all around the reticle, so that really your peripheral vision is blocked. You can only see what the scope allows you to see. Now we're on to the Kar98K, and again, because it is a marksman rifle, we have that variable scope. You can see that the tac laser is tracking in front. You do have that better mobility, that better tracking definitely. But again, you can see around the scope with your peripheral vision so that there's no danger of you missing an enemy on the left or right. So guys, those are the 2 loadouts that I personally have used in the last couple of videos that have got us the wins. Again, the team do use different weapons, but mainly in terms of assault rifles, we are with the Grau, the AMAX, and the Kar98K is firm favourite within the 1471. I really hope you enjoyed this video. It is a little bit different than what we usually do, but I wanted to just put it out there. We're massive lovers of Call of Duty and Warzone especially. We love playing the game. We love producing this content for you. Again, we're not professional. We just love the game, and these are the loadouts that I wanted to show to you just to see and try out for yourselves. Also guys, if you'd like to see more content like this in the future, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button at the end of the video so that you never miss out on any of the 1471's funniest and best moments. Thank you again, and I hope you enjoyed.